It's so interesting when filmmakers start thinking outside of traditional production models, what starts to happen when narrative gets inserted in new places. Really incredible. Panelists, what do you think?
I think it sounds amazing. I think it sounds like you really have an expansive vision of what this one subject could do. And I'm just curious because I guess for myself, I'm a traditional film producer and I myself am grappling with these issues. Like, it seems like so much work, right? To really, what you're doing is launching a narrative project. It's like, it could be the project, right? The LGBT around the world. And I love the kind of fact of being able to engage in a particular politician and follow their story. And I mean, certainly that guy's so compelling and you're really, I'm worried for him and I want to see what happens. And how do you partner with like the more ambitious aspect of it? Is it partnering with different organizations and maybe letting them take on part of it? Or you actually have a really strong voice as a filmmaker and that, I would want to see that through all these, but just curious how you kind of develop that idea further and execute it.
Well, we feel like this idea, there's going to be a lot of buy-in from the sort of global human rights organizations, as well as Victory Fund, which is specifically their target. They help LGBT candidates, mostly in the US, but they're definitely branching out to around the world. And I think that they can definitely come on both as production partners for the website, and also really we're making these as tools for them to use. So they can be the one that take this and go to their funders or do their usual outlets and say, hey, this is something that could be provide much easier access to these people that previously we probably won't have access to. So yes, we're definitely looking to build those relationships. Actually, the LGBT I forgot his exact position, but the director for the LGBT rights at Human Rights Watch has signed on as one of our advisors already, and we're going to continue to do that with the different organizations.
Great, thank you.
I think it's great, Leo. I think it's really ambitious, and I really love this new character. I think it's a great movement forward. So for the film, in terms of the hub, I'm thinking about what we've seen done with Mackie Alston's new film, Love Free or Die, about Jane Robinson, the gay bishop of the Anglican Church, and how using that film and a portrait of him really created a community about, well, what are the aspects of the LGBT clergy, and specifically in the Anglican Church. At the end of that film, they crawl these different aspects of what is happening in the LGBT clergy, which is sort of similar to what you do in a way, calling attention to LGBT politicians that we don't really know about or don't think about as in terms of a community, and not sure that they do either. So I think this could be a really, in a way you're doing it the other way around, but it could be really, really great to be able to see how those paths kind of forge, because I think, I don't think about, there have been so many great documentaries about LGBT politicians. There's one about somebody in Poland, there's Georgie Girl, and then there's your film, but this is going to be a really great opportunity to pull it all together.
Yeah, great, thank you. I also see the opportunity as you create a hub like this, rather than just it's great to have a curated portal where you can find out about your LGBT candidates, but the possibility, the potential of partnering with larger political sites like whatever MoveOn's doing and other sites, so that we can actually integrate the voices of the LGBT candidates into the broader conversation rather than marginalize them, I think is also really phenomenal. And I think you get a lot of buy-in there as well. Folks, others, please, there's a comment back there.
Sure, I'm not sure. Oh, thank you. I'm not sure if I missed this kind of as you were pitching, but I was curious about whether the platform could be used as an opportunity for these candidates for fundraising within their specific countries, and if it was kind of like what Kiva does with projects like in other parts of the world, if they can, because all of a sudden it's like, if you bring money into it in a great way, like this is a beautiful example of how, money often gets demonized in the political process, but this is a way in which you can really change the world by getting like funds together from people globally. So it seems really interesting, like if the candidates, so if that gentleman in Kenya is able to raise funding from like global providers, like through the platform, all of a sudden he wants to push it like greater than anyone else.
This is definitely something that we have been contemplating and discussing a lot. One of the issues that we're facing is that for some of these candidates, it's problematic to get international money, because one of the weapons that's used against them is that you know, being gay and being LGBT is a Western colonialist leftover phenomenon, and if you have foreign money supporting it. But, you know, so what we're doing, you know, as we move forward with this project is we'll find, you know, perhaps ways that's appropriate, you know, for regions, for countries, you know. It's something that we need to still do a lot of research on, but it's something we're definitely thinking a lot about.
This is why activist movements need documentary filmmakers. Documentary filmmakers are the soul and conscience of any political or social movement. And it's so extraordinary when you start bringing that voice into this. Leo, that was amazing.